What is going on, SHIB Army? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you all. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the global cryptocurrency market, Shiba Inu, and some updates on Shibarium, as well as some things that are happening in the macroeconomic space. Now, remember, as always, I like to preface by saying that I'm not a financial advisor, just putting you guys on the plays that I'm in. And if you are new around here, consider smashing the like button down below and subscribing to the channel. And a huge shout out to Bard Token for sponsoring today's video. I'll be talking about Bard protocol shortly here, but let's go ahead and dive in. Bitcoin sitting at 27.9, holding strong amidst this big crisis that is currently happening, and that is the banking crisis. And I think it's a genuine issue that we need to address because now today, just about an hour ago, we got some news updates. But Ethereum sitting at 1767 and Shiba Inu currently at 10,590 Satoshis. We've seen some volatility, a little bit of downward trajectory, but mainly running sideways over the last week. Overall, right now, we're coming back to basic levels that we were at beginning of 2023. So for me, when it comes to SHIB, I think that this is better entry points. And we are going to talk about some Shibarium updates later on this video. Watch Your Guru came out and said that Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen calls top US regulators for an unscheduled meeting today that is closed to the public. What could this actually mean? Earlier this week, the feds came out. Jerome Powell, the chair of the Federal Reserve, said everything is fine. This issue on the banking crisis was just, a few bad apples. It's not a global issue in the banking systems. But now they're telling us that they are doing and having an unscheduled meeting that is closed to the public. What could they be discussing? Are they talking about cryptocurrency? Are they going to be talking about the banking crisis because it's getting more serious? We don't know. Right now, the narrative and the focus amongst the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem and people in crypto, including Coinbase last night, is this concept of decoupling, where crypto starts to take off outside of the lines of the S&P 500 or global stock market, because right now we know they run side by side. And the thing that we want to see is a decoupling as people start to realize crypto could be the way out amidst this big macroeconomic crisis, as well as the banking issues that we are seeing. But let's go ahead and dive in. And before we talk about Shibarium and some pretty big updates, I do want to give a shout out to Bard Protocol. So Bard Protocol launched just a few days ago, and they've already achieved some pretty big milestones, and their utility is live. Oftentimes in crypto, we don't see tokens that have their utility live as soon as the token is. But you can see here that Bard Bot, which is basically it's an AI bot that's on Twitter, is available on Twitter. And they said you can tag at BardBot and ask your questions or image to get an image reply. So I know a lot of people have been excited about the artificial intelligence movement and AI as a whole, as well as ChatGPT. But now there's this bot that they've created as Bard Protocol over on Twitter. And remember, GPT and AI tokens have been taking off. And I think this one is presenting a pretty cool opportunity, especially because their utility is already live. And we know Google is going to be a huge competitor to OpenAI. And I think, again, their narrative is pretty strong. So go ahead. I'll have the links down below for their website. You could see that they have a buy and sell tax of 4% for marketing for buys and sells. And then they also have a 4% buyback. So the distribution of Bar token is listed there on their tokenomics. Go through, read their website, go interact with the community, check out the roadmap. And I think, again, overall, you might be pretty impressed. And I think in terms of entry point, right now, it's pretty much down about 50% from its all-time high of 2 million. But remember, this is a micro cap token in its early stage. So shout out to Bar Token, and thank you so much for sponsoring today's video. Now, Shiba Inu. Shibarium testnet chain ID officially changed. A large-scale FUD campaign targeted the Shiba Inu ecosystem following speculations that Shibarium code was the exact clone of Rania. And that was a thing that really attacked the community, Satoshi call, and it was quite disappointing. I wasn't happy with what I saw. But Shiba Inu's Shibarium developer have officially changed the chain ID of the Shibarium testnet to address circulating FUD that had erupted on the heels of speculation that Shibarium testnet code was a copycat of the Rania network. Pseudonymous unification validator Ringoshi, Toitsu, I hope I pronounced that correctly, probably didn't, called public attention to the development through his Twitter handle today, sharing a snapshot of the reviewed chain ID. Breaking. Shibarium testnet chain ID has officially been updated from 917 to 719. I know people make big deals about things like this in crypto, and I think honestly, they just wanted to figure out a way to attack the developers and add FUD because of what was happening and the success that the Shiba Inu ecosystem was seeing as Shibarium's testnet, or the puppy net, was going live. Per data from the image, the chain ID of the Shibarium testnet has been changed from 917 to 719. The disclosure is a relief to the Shiba Inu community members, as the widespread flood that erupted on the back of the clone allegations had triggered a rift in the camp. And we saw, especially Bone Token, what happened following that, as people thought, well, there goes Bone's utility if Shibarium isn't original. I never had these worries or issues, and these aren't individuals who've only delivered time and time again, and I'm talking about Shytoshi and Call, but they continue to impress the community overall. Recall that the claims of the Shibarium testnet being an exact clone of Rania network circulated within the Shiba Inu camp last week. Shibarium developers were accused of just copying the entire code base of the Rania testnet and using it for Shibarium's puppynet. Nonetheless, Shiba Inu developer Call dispelled these claims, noting that the only thing similar between both networks is the chain ID, as both used 917. However, Call noted that when the chain ID was picked last year, it had not been taken. Rania's own founder and developer, the main dev behind Rania, admitted and said they didn't copy anything. So that dispelled the FUD immediately, but they took it one step further and decided to correct the issue. He admitted that he had made the mistake of not rechecking immediately before launching the puppynet, and as a result, he had no idea it had been used for the Rania testnet. Call promised to deploy a new version of the puppynet with a new chain ID to avoid any propaganda or fistfights. Call claims were later corroborated. I don't know why I'm having trouble reading this morning, by Firechain testnet developer, and as I mentioned earlier, and this was published on the Crypto Basic back on March 16th. Following the recent chain ID change, puppynet is operational as of the time of this press release, which was today, March 24th, per data from the Puppy Scan. The network has been processed 80.644 blocks, boasting an average block time of 5 seconds. Total transactions currently sit at 21 with a daily count of 10. So for those of you who have been spreading FUD and trying your best to tear down and what I think is the strongest community in crypto, well, bravo. Once again, the FUD has been dispelled and we move on. I do appreciate you guys' support as always, so thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, before you head off, consider smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, and checking out the links down below for Bared Token. That's all, and until next time, everybody, as always, keep investing. Peace.